Matt Lenihan, Boxing Social, in association with Empire Fight Store and Our Kings. We're here, it's Fight Week with Michael Conlan. Slick, it's been 15 months since you were in this position. What?
Oh, good, yeah. 15 months. In desperate need of a haircut, but that'll happen, probably fight day. I'll get my haircut, so it's good. I'm looking forward to it.
It's been a while. Did you was there points in between that break where you were deciding what you were going to do, where you thought we might not actually have this kind of thing again, where you get preparing for a fight and getting set? Were you, did you think, wow, that could have been the last one?
No, I just enjoyed my time off, enjoyed life. Boxing 26 years. It's the longest I've been in the ring my whole kind of life, I suppose. And it's just made me more excited for coming back. I never dwelled too much on the past, going, that could be the last one or anything like that. It was, once I made the decision, probably March time, that I was coming back, I knew I was coming back, so, yeah.
This time round, complete switch up again. When we spoke about the move to Sheffield. One thing I want to touch on, what I've seen that's been a bit of a difference in you, if we're allowed to say it. I remember you ringing after a sparring session. Won't go into the full conversation. But you said, I'm genuinely happy. I know I've made the right decision here. How long into this sort of different camp, different training, did you sort of realise, I'm absolutely bang on here. I know that this was the right choice to stay.
Yeah, quite early on I knew it was the right choice, but I've been here a good bit of time now. I've been here in Sheffield since end of September, start of October, and again making the sacrifice that you need to make to reach the top level, being away from my family, which has been very hard, especially when I was around them, probably the longest I've been around them consistently. So I knew it was the right decision after a short time being there, but when the sparring started to happen and things started to click, when the sparring was happening, I just knew it was the right place.
In terms of the sparring, I know you're very self-critical even on your best days, but how long did it take to sort of get yourself back into that mojo? I know you speak, off camera, and you've sort of let me know a little bit, but just for the people who don't know, how long does that sort of take when you have that amount of time off? Now, you're incredibly fit. You did a marathon and all that kind of other type of fitness, but how long did it take till you were like, yeah, you know what, it's coming back?
About 10 spars, and I got to a stage where I was worried if it was going to come back, and then it finally clicked, and I just went and started to enjoy myself, and that's what kind of made the difference, just kind of with the right mindset and focusing on what you want to happen, what you're good at, and that's when everything clicked. I was just like, I'm back to myself, back to what I like to do best, and that's using my skill set in boxing.
Describe sort of how different you feel today. Obviously, you're coming back in an 8-rounder. Let's not dress this up as something. It's not. We know what this is for you this Friday. There's a job to be done. There's a new voice in the corner, all that goes with it. But describe how you sort of feel mentally today, sat here now at the beginning of a fight week, in comparison to, say, the last one with Jordan Gill, where things didn't go right for you.
It's very hard for me to compare. There is a lot of different things going on, and a lot more time and effort put in this time, and through no fault of my own, the fight was quite rushed, and obviously changing coach, it all didn't work out how I wanted it to work out. But those are the risks you take when you make the decisions, and you gotta live with them, live with the consequences after. So this one, I'm just happy. I'm chilled. I'm excited for it. I'm really looking forward to it. I enjoyed even that fight week. You know what I mean? I enjoy fight week. Fight week's the fun part of everything. It's just long when you're waiting the way in and all that there. Yes, but it's enjoyable. You know what I mean? I don't dwell too much on any fighting during fight week until it's time to fight. So yeah, I'm just chilled.
You've always maintained, I remember when you left Adam Booth and there was who's he going to go with? You gave it a go with Pedro Diaz, terrific trainer. 6 weeks, I think by your own admission, probably not long enough to then jump into a fight. But you've had a considerable amount of time with Grant Smith. We've touched on it a little bit in other interviews, but you've been quite keen on saying, I don't need wholesale changes. What I need to be tweaked. Certain habits I need to get out of. And Grant has been the one who's been doing that. How have you sort of found that? Have you found that when you're in the ring, you are doing stuff, and you won't know maybe till fight night, and when the head guards are off, the smaller gloves are on. But have you seen them changes in yourself to go, I understand that it's clicking, and you can see slight changes to how you actually fight?
It's just, as I said, and I've said all along, it's just little tweaks. He's not changing me as a fighter, not trying to change me as a fighter, but helping me tweak little defensive mistakes which I know I make, and little attacking mistakes which I know I make. So it's just little small things, and sometimes when you're sparring stuff, you can get away with them. But he's been on me when I have been getting away with him. You can't be doing them, and it's starting to kind of come more into my boxing style now, that what I'm doing is what I'm meant to be doing, and tweaking the things which are meant to be tweaked.
I will say, throughout obviously this absence, you do still hone such a huge support. You see, whenever a post goes up, you've got such a loyal sort of fan base that you can see still believe you can become world champion. Have you ever, sort of over this period, have you ever had them doubts, them moments yourself that, maybe this next run, maybe it's not meant to be? Because they seem to be quite keen, and still, obviously, with everything you've been through, are still there, still saying, look, you can come back, you can do it.
In the immediate aftermath after my last fight, probably, yeah. Had the doubts. Everybody has doubts, no matter who you are, no matter how strong your mentality is. Doubt always creeps in. It's just how you handle that doubt and what you do to that doubt, and you kick it clean back out of your mindset, and that's what you're meant to do. There's obviously a lot of mental kind of warfare going on in boxing with yourself and your own battles. So you need to be smart of how you handle these things, and it's great to have the support and the people who believe in me, because they make a big difference. But at the same time, you can't let people believing in you or people not believing you affect your kind of mindset, because if you listen to people who believe in you and go, yeah, he believes in me, you're going to listen as equally as the people who are saying you can't do it. Yeah. So I just try to block all that out. It's great. I appreciate all of my fans, and I know I have a lot of fans, and listen, the best fans in the world, no problem, no doubt about that. But I'm doing this for me, and that's simple fact, is I'm doing this for me.
Yeah, you just answered that other one I was going to say. With all the positive comes the negative, but you just said I block that out. It's you versus you almost kind of thing. One thing that you have been insistent on throughout this is not about money at all. This is just about you achieving a goal, adding to your legacy, which you've got, a terrific career anyway. Yeah. But that's what you've been quite keen to hone in on. This isn't me, 30 plus going a few extra quid here and stacking up your bank balance. I think you've always said, look, I've done well out of boxing. I could have walked away, but you're not doing that. Is that going to come to a head when promoters obviously maybe they want to work with Wasserman and say, look, we have a fighter here. They see you, they see your name, and they go, we can pay this amount of money, and that could take you off the path for fighting for a world title? Or are you just like, it's irrelevant? How does that work with you? Because you'll see other promoters who have a fighter coming up maybe, and they think that's a brilliant fight and will give you X amount of money. Are you happy in yourself to say that's not part of the plan, or what is it?
Yeah, well, we have to see him come to that point, because if it's someone I can beat, well, why not? Along the way. But everything is about little steps. Each fight is the next step towards where I want to get back to. If there's big fights coming in between that could hinder me, but also financially kind of really do well, maybe I would consider not doing it and staying on the path which I've chose to go down, which is towards a world title. So, there's no point in me sitting saying no, yes, I'll just do this route, do that route, because yes, I'm back in to win the world title, but financially you always want to be looked after at the same time, but the main goal is world title. So when I come to that point, I'll decide, but I have a quite edge on where I'm going to go, and that's towards the world title.
Do you allow yourself now, with this comeback, to look past this Friday or not? Do you look and go, providing this goes well, I know where I'm heading? Whenever people have spoke, they've said, you look at other potential rivals that I think were there, talked about many years ago, now back in the offing. That Lee Wood, for instance, spoke about in an interview with me when he's talking about a dance partner for the City Ground. Your name's brought up. The Josh Warrington fight, obviously I know he's moving to 130. Do you allow yourself to look past this Friday, or can you just be like, it's irrelevant, we have a job to do?
It's all irrelevant, I can't look at it, but it is irrelevant because, I've got an opponent here on Friday night who's 19-5, very active, coming to win, and will see me as a name coming off 2 losses that he can go and get on his record. So I'm not taking it lightly. I've got to be very prepared for what's going to happen because it could be tricky, it could be hard. Who knows? I think he's only been stopped twice, I think. Kanzu being one of them, who's a high volume puncher and fights opposite to me. I'm probably more of a boxer than a puncher than like Kanzu was. So I just got to go and get the job done Friday, because if I don't do it Friday, nothing else happens.
How much are you looking forward to actually just the fight night? Like, your hard work's done. Like, I've been privy to a lot of it. You have really put it in, kind of thing. You always do, but you must be now just at that point where it's like, let's roll on fight night. Let's get this done. Is that sort of in the front part of your mind? They are quite long fight weeks. You've got your obligations to do, which we'll see this week. Wednesday media, Thursday weigh-in. But as it's getting closer, are you just getting more excited, more revved up?
I just look forward to being all over it. It is what it is. Go in there and fight, do your job. That's my job, is to go and fight. Get the weigh-in done, feel up, get ready to go. Go in the next day, fight, win. We come next day. Happy days. We're laughing.
How blasé you say that, and how your fight nights are with the sort of build-ups, the entrances and all that kind of stuff. It's not that quite, turn up, do a job and leave, is it? Be honest.
Well, this one's much more low-key than my last however many fights. So I just got to go up, enjoy myself when I'm in there, have fun in the ring. That's what I'm looking forward to, is having fun when I'm in there, because sometimes when you have big pressure on you and you take things a little bit too serious, I'm just planning to go and enjoy myself.
Have you been guilty of that? Because I've noticed in the last 2, it's not that pressure's on you, but it's not been like the you that we'd seen in the previous 3. And look, not taking anything away from the opponents, they turned up, did what they have to do. That's what they do. But do you feel you need to maybe go out there a bit more free and go stick your chest out and just enjoy it? Because these are, as much as it is a serious business, these are sort of moments in time that once they're gone, and you need to enjoy it a little bit more.
That's one thing I will say, and I've said it in a few interviews, that if I was to speak to any young prospect coming up who's on the kind of high road from the start, the way I was, is enjoy it, enjoy every moment of it. Because if I look back at the start of my career, I'd say maybe I didn't enjoy it as much as I should have. I should have enjoyed it more. Don't be worried about the criticism online. If you're getting criticism or people talking shit, people saying this, people saying that, it's all irrelevant. Just enjoy the moment, because they go very quick and they don't last very long. So yeah, I've just got to go out there. I've gone into this fight, listen, zero pressure, no expectation, just going to get the job done. I expected to win, obviously, but going to get the job done type style. I'm just going to go and have fun. Might a little bit of shit talking in there, who knows? Just have a bit of fun with it.
You're bringing that back a bit, aren't you? Is it? I've seen a bit of it, but is that what we can expect this Friday? You going to go in there and sort of flex your muscles a little bit, get involved in all that?
Nah. It's got to go in and get the job done. I'll do it smartly on that. I'll have fun, but I'll not be too out there with it.
I know you're sort of a big believer in maybe things happen for a reason and all that, but some story it would be if you managed to get yourself back into a position where you're challenging for a world title. But the first step is this Friday. You've got a loyal fan base. You want to just sign that off with a message to them before we finish this interview?
Simple message is thank you. Thank you, because the fan base I've had from the start of my career right till now has been amazing. Yes, you get a lot of people jumping on and jumping off, but that's just life, isn't it? Boxing is the perfect kind of metaphor for life in a sense. You have your ups, you have your downs. People say you're shit one day, people say you're great the next day. It is what it is. go out and enjoy yourself, have fun, enjoy the moment and live in it. But thank you to all my support and the people who have continued to support me, even though that I was probably almost going, that's enough. And we're still going, and we still got people there. So, just thanks, yeah.
Michael Conlan, I appreciate your time. We will catch up maybe in Brighton after your fight, and wish you all the best for this Friday.
Cheers, Matt. Thank you.